Hey y'all, welcome on back. My name is Alex with The Creative Llama. Again, if you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, that just means you are catching the replay. So if you are catching the replay, put hashtag replay. We are going to create with that mitten door hanger that I had in my live sale yesterday. I have been dying to create with this. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to add a transfer, but I did go ahead and I did paint some of it because the white typically takes a coat or two or three kind of. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get this on here. We're going to paint, and then we're actually going to add some buffalo plaid to it. Hi, hello, happy Monday. Y'all, all day I kept thinking today was Tuesday. I am so off on my days. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Donna. Y'all, comment the word mitten, M-I-T-T-E-N, okay? And you'll get the all the info about the supply list. So, all right, so we are going to do another coat of white. So thank you for sprinkling. I like to do a couple of coats of white because it's not as bright as I would want it. So we're going to do one more coat, and I think we should be okay. But how was everybody's Monday? Was it the Monday of all Mondays? Y'all, I cannot believe Christmas is in a week. Hi, Bambi. Are y'all done Christmas shopping? When I say we, I finished today. When I say we, my brothers and I and my sister-in-law, we go in together for gifts for each other and then for my parents. And so we finally finished up all of our Christmas shopping today. So thank goodness. Everything should be delivered before we're celebrating our Christmas this Friday. And then we'll do like an actual Christmas with the Pare Down crew, because my brother and sister-in-law go back and forth between my parents and her parents for Christmas. So I added some things to the live sale. Okay, Miss Diane, I'll go back and check it. Yes, y'all can still shop the live sale from last night. This door hanger is going to be on a little bit of a sale before the price goes up. So if you want to snag this door hanger, you can either go to my live sale and claim it, or you can just say I want one, and I'll send you an invoice that way, just for the cutout itself. So we're trying something new here. All right, let me grab a baby wipe and wipe up my hands, and let's dry this. If I can get it out of the wrapper. So do me a huge favor, hit the heart button, sprinkle the video, and comment the word mitten. That way you can get the supply list. Sprinkling helps me out a ton, y'all. So please sprinkle. Any craft groups to your page, anything. Hello. Thanks for all those hearts. All right. We're going to get this dry, and so what we're going to do is we're going to paint the rest of the mitten in teal. Okay, so let me kind of walk you through what we're doing. So we're going to paint the rest of the mitten in teal, the words in red, and then this little guy in storm. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Miss Tammy. But we want to get this completely dry so that way we can paint the rest teal and be good to go. Hi, hello. Alrighty, get this as dry as possible. Thanks, Miss Angelica. What are y'all having for dinner tonight? Anything good? I haven't even thought about dinner. Y'all, I went to go get my hair done today, and it took 3 hours. Like, ridiculous. Ridiculous. I sat there for about 30 minutes waiting for my stylist to be done with her other client. It was just ridiculous. All right, let me wipe this down. Let's go ahead and start painting this guy, and I am going to use my paste to paint. So I'm going to use Couture Teal. Hi, Dewey. I'm going to use my teal, and I am going to thin it out with a little bit of water, and we are just going to spread this all over. I think this is going to need another coat too. Pieces of toast. Ooh, pretty simple, Miss Bambi. I love it. I love peanut butter and jelly. That's my jam. It's so good. And eclair and milk. Miss Angelica, girl, you got to eat a little bit more than that. All right. So, y'all, I totally got teal on the white, which is not what I wanted to do. But y'all know me. Hot mess painter here. Okay, so we're going to get this teal spread all over. Now, you could use acrylic paint. You could use the chalk paste, whatever floats your boat, y'all. I like to use the chalk paste because I already have it. But you do you. You pick your color scheme that works for you. All right. A little bit more, and then I am going to be really careful when I'm painting the edges near the white to kind of keep it in the line. So there is a line that scores it for you. That way you can just follow the lines, but we're also going to cover it up. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I know. Isn't the teal so pretty? I always forget about teal. All right. Turn this around and let's see if I can do this. So I'm just going to try to keep it in the lines. Y'all, I am no painter. You know, you see those people who can just like hand paint like all these beautiful things. I am not one of those people. Thank you for the follow. Yes, y'all, anytime you hit that follow button, that little counter behind me moves. My goal is to get to 12,000 by the end of December. We got about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All right, let's get this teal on here. Let's dry it, and then we'll see if we need another coat. I'm kind of thinking we won't because we're going to put a pattern on top of the teal, but we'll check it out. We'll see what we think. Okay, so let me kind of just thin that out, or spread it out, I mean, and let's see. Let's dry. All right. Let's get this dry, and then we're going to do bright red. So we're going to add this pattern on top, okay? I was thinking of doing the buffalo plaid in white. Do y'all think that would be too much white? What do y'all think? Well, let's get this completely dry. It's going to need some touch-up areas. I don't think I'm going to have to go back over the whole thing, but it definitely needs some areas touched up. All right, let me just spray my brush, and let's just spread the color that I have on my brush a little bit more and kind of touch up the areas that we need. I think that's good. All right, let's dry. Hi, Sybil. Okay, so if you are just popping in, say hey. My name is Alex. We are doing a door hanger mitten, so it's going to say let it snow. Thanks, Miss Sybil. And this was available in my live sale yesterday, so if you missed my live sale, you can go back and shop it. Or you can comment the word mitten and I'll send you the supply list. Let's get this completely dry. All right, so here's what we have so far. So you can see the scoring on the back of the mitten. That way we can line up our words, but we are going to add a pattern to that. Hi, Tammy. I know. I had to create with this one. When I saw it, I thought it was just adorable. The creator who made the file, like who designed the file, I'm kind of painting mine like hers because it was just too cute not to do. All right, let's close this guy up and let's paint the little pattern for the wrist. And we're gonna do that in Storm. And I'm gonna use a makeup sponge. Okay, Miss Sybil, no worries. No worries. All right, and I'm actually gonna spray a little bit of water in here just to kind of thin it out. And I find that a makeup sponge is easy on these more detailed cuts because it doesn't build up as much in the crevices of the cutout. Just my personal experience. But you do you. If you prefer to paint with a paintbrush, then you do that. Thank you for all the hearts, y'all. I so appreciate it. Hang out till the end. We are going to do a giveaway like we always do. To get entered, just hit the heart button. Comment, comment, comment. The more you comment, the more likely you are to win, because I do pick someone directly from the comments. So, a little bit more. Get this on here. Thanks, y'all. Y'all are so quiet tonight. Are y'all wrapping? Are you eating dinner? Normally y'all aren't this quiet. All right, turn this over. Let's do this side. And then y'all, I got a little heavy-handed. Shocker. I'll clean that up. Looks good. Let's dry this. Oh, Merry Christmas to you. Thanks, Miss Donna. Miss Donna Smith, don't click on that link. I meant to take that off before I got on. Don't click on it. I was ordering, yay, Miss Angelica. Been wrapping presents all afternoon. Oh my goodness. I'm still working, but can't miss her. Oh, Miss Denise, you're so sweet. Ooh, Jeopardy. Yeah, don't click on the featured link, y'all. I meant to take that off. For whatever reason, it gives an invalid link, and I reached out to Facebook about it, and they are like, I don't know what you're talking about. They had no clue what I was even talking about when I reached out to them. So just don't worry about it. I'm trying to clean it up. There we go. All right. Hi, Melinda, baking cookies. Ooh, what kind of cookies, Miss Leona? Pretty simple. Okay. We'll put that to the side, let it dry a little bit more. The last thing we have to paint are the words, and then we're going to put it together. Yes, I got that too. Yeah, don't click on it. I don't know why it gives an invalid link. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's going on with my notifications, to be honest with you. The little message that I would send out before is not working for everybody, and the message that I'm sending out now, I don't even know if this is working out for everybody, so... Oh my goodness, Miss Cindy, I'm so sorry. I hope your husband feels better. All right, last thing to paint is Let It Snow, and we're gonna paint this in Candy Apple. Ow. We're gonna paint this in Candy Apple. I like to use my chalk paste, but you use whatever paint that you want. I like this because I don't really have to go buy a ton of acrylic paints to achieve the look that I want. You know, I don't have to have two separate kinds of paint. All right. So I just sprayed a little bit of water into my jar. Now, my water is not distilled. So when I don't spray distilled water in there, I run the risk of like funky things like mold growing in there. But my jar is almost empty, so I'm not that concerned about it. But you should use distilled water. That way, that doesn't happen to you. Oh my goodness, Miss Cindy. Well, take care of him. Make him get plenty of rest. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you don't get it, Miss Cindy. Hopefully. When I was with my parents for a little while, they both had COVID and I did not, which was crazy. Oh, y'all are so sweet. All right, a little bit of water just thins it out, makes it easier to spread. And a lot of times, y'all, when you get towards the end of your jars, your paste dries up a little bit, so it does need a little bit of water. So, all right, there's that. He is, but I'm worried about me. I know, Miss Cindy. Just do your best to take care of you and him, you know. Hopefully you don't get it. I don't know if you're going anywhere for Christmas. All right, so I'm getting a little messy on the sides of my wording. That's okay though. We're just gonna keep painting this. We're almost there. We've got 2 more things to paint, and then we're gonna do our pattern, and then we're gonna put it together. Yes, y'all, please pray for Miss Cindy. Seems like she really needs it right now. Just do your best to take care of you, Miss Cindy. All right, a little bit of red, y'all, I swear. I always tell y'all when I use red, white, or black, it gets absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Okay, just sprayed a little bit of water on my paintbrush to help thin it out. That made it go a lot smoother. And we're gonna do the same thing here. And then we'll dry, and then we're gonna chalk. Hi, Roberta, black marker to the rescue. Yeah, most definitely. My black marker is in the other room, so I won't do it on this one. But if you're like, what is Miss Angelica talking about black marker to the rescue? I use a black, like, chalk marker, furniture marker, something to kind of clean up the sides. So you see, like how on the side I got the red paint. I take a black marker and I just go over it to kind of make it all black and look a little bit more uniform. That's obviously an optional step, but I think it makes it look a little bit more finished. I know, y'all. All right, can someone do me a favor? Can someone comment the word mitten and let's see if the message is working? I don't remember seeing anybody commenting the keyword tonight. I may have missed it. Who knows, because I have my head down painting. But comment that keyword mitten and let's see if it works. I just want to make sure that it's getting sent out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So when you get that message, you get the supply list. You can get the cutout. You can get the colors. I will have a kit available in my VIP group. So if you're like, what are you talking about? To save a little bit on shipping, I could make kits for you so you can get the cutout, the transfer, the colors that I'm using all at once rather than having to go to 2 different websites. Because my cutouts can't go on my chalk website and my chalk stuff can't go on my cutout website. So I have to have two different websites, unfortunately. It's not working. What about when you, I don't know, Miss Angelica, girl, I don't know. All right. That's pretty much dry. Let's hit this really quickly. So if you are just jumping on, we are doing a door hanger, a mitten door hanger. Okay, and it's gonna say let it snow. But we're gonna add a pattern to, you got the message, okay. We're gonna add a pattern to the background of our cutouts. So let me move, oh shoot, y'all. Look what I did. I got red on the white. We might have to repaint that. The great thing about the chalk paste is that it's washable, so most of it did come up. We'll clean that up here in a second. Let me move all of these over here. And we're gonna wax our surface. Hi guys, hello. Hi Dolores, we're gonna wax our surface, okay? So I always get asked, why are we waxing? You want to wax because you're about to put a sticky transfer on top, okay? And if you don't wax, a lot of times that sticky transfer will want to pull up the paint that you put down, okay? Now, my wax, for whatever reason, is really, really flaky. And so I have to heat mine up to kind of get it back to that liquid state to make it a little bit easier to spread. And I got a big old chunk right there. And you want to make sure that you don't over wax, okay? Because if you over wax, which I'm afraid I did, your paste is not going to want to stick. Hi. Thanks, Miss Lisa. All right, so I am going to heat it up just a little bit so I can buff it out a little bit more. And then we're going to add our pattern. Okay, so I'm going to buff out that wax just a smidge more, hoping that I didn't put too much, you know? All right, so we're going to use the big old buffalo plaid. But before we do that, we need to fuzz. How much is this kit? Miss Dolores, it just depends on what you get. In about 9 minutes, it'll be posted in my VIP group. So you can go over there, or I can send you the link if you send me a message. All right, so we're gonna fuzz. We're gonna add a little bit of lint to the back of our sticky transfer. Now I have used mine quite a bit, so it's not the stickiest, which is fine. Okay. Adding a little bit of lint. You could use a regular towel. This is a fuzz cloth that I sew, but just a smidge of lint. And then we are going to lay this back onto our backer, okay? And I'm gonna take my cutout and I'm actually gonna put it between the transfer and the backer. I find that this is much easier to maneuver the transfer when you leave it on its backer because one, my mat is glass. So because my transfer is sticky, it's gonna stick to the glass really well and it's gonna make it really difficult to maneuver around. So I just put it in between the backer and the transfer, and then we're gonna lay this down and make sure that there are no air bubbles the best that we can. Hi, Layden. Hi, Jerry from Vegas. You were on the other day, I'm pretty sure. I'll check out the VI link because I don't have that transfer. Yes. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, y'all, that right now, the whole entire website is 20% off when you use code SAVE20 on the Chalk website, okay? So you can get everything at 20% off when you use the code. But I think that ends on the 20th. So you can go snag this. In the kit, in my VIP group, it'll also be 20% off. So, all right, so what I'm doing is I'm taking the end of my squeegee and I'm actually just pushing out all of those air bubbles because you don't want any air bubbles because if there are air bubbles, it's gonna bleed on you, especially this buffalo plaid. The buffalo plaid is very sensitive and there's something stuck right here. So I am just taking the end of my squeegee and just pushing out to get all those air bubbles out. You can see them, okay? There we go. See, there's right here. Lift this. Hi, Dee. Hi, Sandy. Hi, guys. If you're just popping on, comment the word mitten. That'll get the supply list to you. Okay, so we're going to go in with our bright white. I'm a little worried that this is going to be too bright, but we're going to go for it, okay? I just want to make sure, y'all, there are some major air bubbles right here. And I'm not really worried about the white part of my mitten because we're not going to chalk that. But I'm just lifting that back up to get the air bubbles like this right here. And normally I'm not like this crazy about air bubbles, but on the buffalo plaid, get them all out, okay? All right, here we go. So when you're working with buffalo plaid, it's best to start in the center and work your way out. I'm not gonna worry about the white part, okay? So I'm just applying the white paste and I am just squeegeeing and pushing out like so, okay? Now you do want to work quickly because you don't want your paste to dry in your transfer, okay? Because if it dries, it's going to pull it up when we go to pull up the transfer, all right? A little bit more white, and then we'll get right here where I can see the blue and white meat. And then y'all, it's gonna have a buffalo plaid on this and it's gonna be stinking adorable. Okay. I'm gonna go through, pick up all the extra paste. You don't want a bunch of paste sitting on top of your transfer. It can make it look fuzzy. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Ah, look how pretty that is. What do y'all think? Isn't that so cool? The peel and reveal is always my favorite. All right, I'm gonna throw that down on my floor and I'm gonna spray it with water. And I'm actually gonna take it to my bathtub after my live and clean it. It's a little bit easier that way. Thanks. I think it's so cute. I think it is adorable. So I will tell you, at the top, I clearly didn't chalk all the way up. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to put a bow right there. So I think it will cover it up. Yes, Miss Stephanie. Thanks, Miss D. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you did order from the live sale last night and you want to add this, the cutout, you totally can. I haven't shipped any orders from yesterday out, so. All right, let's get this nice and dry, and then we're going to put everything together, make a bow, and then we're going to be done. Oop, that's still wet. So, on our board, I don't know if y'all can see the scoring of the wording. That's going to help us line up all of our words and everything. There you go, Miss Angelica. I meant to do it. It's the wear and tear of the mitten, right? Hi, Miss Nancy. Hi, Kathy. So this guy is a little bit smaller than the one that you'll get. Yours is going to be about 14 inches wide and 18 inches long. Miss Dolores, I just answered your question, girl. So I made mine a little bit smaller, but you will get an 18-inch one, which is perfect for a door. I cut this one and I thought it was a little too small for a front door, so I made it a little bit bigger when you get yours. Okay? And it'll still fit on that transfer because that transfer is an 18 by 18. All right, that is nice and dry. I'm going to put that in a baby wipe. Y'all are so funny. Did you send invoice via email? Miss Kristen, did you claim something from last night's live? If you did that earlier today, I might have missed it because it's been kind of a crazy day around here. All right, so now let's get all of our pieces like so. Okay, y'all, this is gonna be so cute. Okay, before I do anything, Alex, make sure it's dry. Let's just check it out. So what I'm doing, y'all, is I'm making sure that the back is dry before I put my pieces down, because y'all know me. And if you don't know me, I tend to not pay attention to that. And when I go put my pieces on my board, it's not dry. And the color transfers, not necessarily where I want it. Okay. Y'all, this is so precious. Hold on. Why is that not? There we go. What do y'all think? Okay, yeah, Miss Kristen just messaged me. What do y'all think? Ah, that's so precious. I have to be honest with you. The color scheme was not my idea. The person who creates the file for me to cut, I just followed what she did because I thought it was beautiful. Okay. I am going to I want to sand this just a little bit. There we go. I want to sand this just a little bit. Ah, y'all, I've got butterfingers tonight. Oh my goodness. I really do have butterfingers. I'm just going to sand this down just a smidge because it's a little bit, I didn't paint it the best, but okay. I'm going to use, I could never put those colors together, but you make it work. Girl, it's not even my idea. Hi, Liv. I can't even take credit for this, to be honest with you. Okay. I am using Stick Fast glue, okay? I'm using Stick Fast glue. You can also use tacky glue. That works great as well. You can use super glue, whatever works for you. And I'm just going to apply a little bit around the edges. I'm going to try to not do like where the pattern is, because I just don't want anyone to see it. Can you add the transfer to? Yes, Miss Louise. I sure can. And Miss Louise, your 2 orders that you have, I will combine and then I'll refund you the difference on the shipping. Okay? All right. Ah, y'all, my hands are sick. My fingers are sticking together. All right. Let's do the word let. Stick Fast glue. Use whatever glue works for you. Everybody has their own opinion. I will tell you, I think Miss Leona's still on. I'm not sure if she's still on. But Miss Leona told me if you use hot glue, a lot of, like here in Texas, it gets really warm, even in December, even in the winter months. It can get really warm and it can heat up your hot glue and make your pieces fall off. So I don't recommend using hot glue. But if this is just going to be, if you're like in really cold weather and this isn't going to be in direct sunlight, then you should be fine. Miss Kristen, I was never really a fan of the E6000. I never really liked, I used it only a couple times and it just was never my favorite. I either used hot glue or the tacky glue or the stick fast, to be honest. Okay. That looks good. And I am going to paint the white again because I did get a little red mark on there. But let me find my white brush over here and let's hit that with a little bit of paint and then we are going to be done. Okay. So if you want the cutout and you didn't grab it in the live sale, it is $24. Okay. Plus shipping. It is $24 and you can just comment, I want one, and I can send you an invoice. Or if you want the kit, go over into my VIP group. It is posted in there. And you can just comment and tell me exactly what you want, and then I can send you an invoice. But if you just want the cutout, you can comment, I want one, and I'll send you an invoice. Ooh, we could glitter the snowflake. We could totally do that. All right, let's dry this. Should we do some diamond dust, if I know where it is? Or should we just leave it matte white? What do y'all think? You want one? Okay, Miss Nancy, I got you, girl. Hi, Robbie. Or should we just leave it the matte white? What do y'all think? Glitter or no glitter? Basically, diamond dust or no diamond dust. Glitter. Hi. I already said hello to you, Miss Robbie. I got myself confused. Glitter. I'm out of diamond dust. Hi, Patty. Glitter. Okay. So before I glue it, let's do this. Let me grab the diamond dust and a paper towel. I'm trying to see if I know where my Mod Podge is. If not, we'll just use the tacky glue, which I don't know. Y'all, my cabinet, I don't know if y'all saw a couple weeks ago, my cabinet in my craft room fell over and it broke. And so I'm having to rearrange my, all my stuff in here. So that's why, I mean, I'm always kind of scatterbrained, but that's why I'm kind of, you see me looking around because I'm looking for a bottle of Mod Podge. So I don't have a bottle of Mod Podge near me, so I'm just going to use the tacky glue. We're going to see if this works. Okay. And I don't have a sponge brush, so we are just going to use a regular old paintbrush, and we're going to put this on pretty thick. Okay. Now you could totally paint your, I probably should have thinned it out a little bit. You could totally paint your snowflake a different color. I did add a little bit of water to the tacky glue just because it was really thick. But let's get this on here. Wow, that was really thick. So if you're going to use tacky glue, thin it out because I added a lot. Hi, Anchor Art Creations. Hi, Shauna. Thank you for following the page. I think you're already following it though, girl. But I appreciate it so much. Okay, that is all on there. And we're using diamond dust. This diamond dust is linked in my Amazon storefront along with all the glue that I use. So if you comment the word mitten and then click on supply list, the second message that pops up, there'll be a link to my Amazon storefront if you need diamond dust. All right, get this on here like so. And I'm laying it on pretty thick just because my glue was really thick. Oh, y'all, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. Okay, I see some areas that need to be covered. Okay. I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm trying to... Thank you for sprinkling this, Sandy. I appreciate it. All right, we're done. Let's put, oh, nope. Let me put this back in here. Hi, Marcy. Thank you for sprinkling, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all hanging out and commenting and just supporting me. Even if you never purchase from me, if just you being here, commenting, hanging out with me helps me a ton. Don't ever feel like you have to purchase in order to support. There's a lot of other ways that you can support somebody without making a purchase. All right, so if you are just popping on, this is what we're making. This was for my live sale yesterday. Okay, we are, woo, yes, y'all always know best. I swear. Y'all really do. Why? I think this is pretty, no. Come on, work with me. Hold on, y'all. There we go. There we go. Love the diamond nest. Thanks. Hi, Wendy. All right. I'm going to try to keep this the way that it is. Flip it over. A little bit of glue. Flip it back over. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. Yay! All right. I don't know if you can see the diamond dust, but it's so pretty. All right, let's make a quick bow, and then we're going to be done, okay? So, hit the heart button, and comment, because I will pick a winner from the comments. Thanks, Miss Lynette. All you have to do is just comment the keyword. Not comment the keyword. You just have to comment in the comment section. And I picked someone from the comments. All right, so here we go. I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to go, but I'm thinking a little bit of this. Yeah. And then maybe this on top. I don't know if this even goes. What do y'all think? Definitely this guy. Thanks for commenting, Miss Donna. I appreciate it. Do we like the polka dot ribbon or no? Or like, girl, why are you doing polka dots? I just kind of thought it would. You like the color choices? Thanks, Miss Catherine. Let's see. No, Miss Dolores is like, no, it's ugly. I think I'm just going to go with it because that's what I have closest to me right now. I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind the polka dots. So I'm going to keep it. I don't have blue ribbon close to me, and I don't have a blue that matches that. So that's why I didn't pick blue, to be honest with you. But if you don't like my ribbon, that's okay. When you make yours, you do you. You make it how you want to. I like the polka dots. Okay. I know I asked y'all's opinion. So I kind of feel like a jerk for like asking your opinion. Like, well, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. You love the ribbon. Okay. All right. Get this on here. And I just tie mine with jute. Oh, shoot. Darn it, Alex. I forgot to turn on my hot glue gun. Maybe with blue, yeah. You could do whatever color, like whatever ribbon combo you wanted, you know? Okay. Hi, Billy. Okay, let's get this tied, and then we will do the hanger part. We'll glue this on, and then we'll pick our winner, okay? I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Please know that comments and hanging out and watching is so appreciated, more than you know. It means a lot. It really does. Okay. I'm going to fluff these up, and then we'll fix our tails. What do we think? Do we like? All right. Thanks, Miss Linda. So tell me, are y'all going anywhere for Christmas, or are you staying home? Like, are you traveling or are you staying home? We are staying home, and I'm excited, but we always stay home. Everybody usually comes to us for Christmas. When I say us, I mean my parents' house. Okay, put that there. Let's see. Let's check it out. Ooh, I like. Hold on. Let me see if I can add some. Hosting 29 people for dinner. Oh my goodness, Miss Marcy. Marcy, did you get all your lights up? Y'all, so Miss Marcy, I know I've talked about her before, but Miss Marcy, she and her husband and her family, like do like a bunch of lights on their house, like what you see like on like TV shows, like crazy lights, and it's so cool. You're staying home, Miss Brenda. Miss Marcy, I need you to send me some pictures. I want to see how it turned out this year. Okay, I did add a little bit of polka dots. That's not necessary, but I had it sitting right here in front of me. So I thought, why the heck not? Okay, I cut that one not even. Here. I wonder if I can add one more. Staying home, then heading to Texas. Ooh, where in Texas are you going, Miss Barbara? Into Houston? And eating turkey. Yeah, I used to do this with my lights. Awesome. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Here we go. Let's see. I'm staying home. Oh, so nice, Miss Sandy. I hope you, yes, please post some pictures in the VIP group. I would love to see it. Okay. All right, y'all. I know I'm just over here just fiddle farting around. So let me cut this. We'll do our hanger and then we'll be done. I'm over here just, you know, reading comments and shooting, you know, the you know what with y'all. Okay. I like. I'm just going to use jute to tie mine, okay? But if you don't want jute, or you want to use ribbon, or you want to do something different, you totally can, okay? You do you. I think thicker jute would be better than what I'm using, but that's what I have right here. Shooting the breeze, there you go. I was going to say something else, but you know. Wichita Falls, awesome. Very cute, you like both ribbons. Thank you. So y'all go check out the website because you can get 20% off of everything. Go check out the kits. The letterboard kit is on mega sale right now with the transfer. So if you've been eyeing that, grab that. But use code SAVE20 at checkout and you get to save 20% on your order. And that ends on the 20th. Okay. Here we go. No, I think it needs to be on the side. Yeah. Thanks. Hi, April. Yay, Miss Angelica. I really like the letterboard. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. Okay, I think the tails need to be cut just a smidge. Thank you, Miss Donna. My bows are getting better, y'all. Slowly but surely. I mean, I do like the most basic bows, you know, but there. Okay. We're going to hot glue right here. Now, like I was saying, I think if I were to use hot glue again, or hot glue on this and put it on my door, I don't know if I would hot glue the ribbon. You might want to staple it. Going to my mother since I can't cook or do anything. Oh my goodness, Miss Melissa. Ooh, that's not fun. Okay. What do we think? That is adorable. The bow might be a little too big, but I really like it. What do y'all think? Ooh, that turned out so good. Now, if you don't like the buffalo plaid, you could add any pattern to the background. That's the cool thing is if you don't like if buffalo plaid is not your thing, do a different pattern. There's a nice candy cane pattern. It's not candy cane, but it's called like candy cane pattern, I think. And that would look really pretty on here too. And that is already discounted as well. So if you want the blank version of this, okay, comment I want one and I will send you an invoice after the live. It's $24 and then plus shipping. So if you want a blank version of this and you can create your own, just comment I want one and I'll send you an invoice. Or if you want the kit, meaning you want the transfer, you want the cutout, you want the paste to paint, head over to my VIP group, okay? Head over there and comment on the post that's in there and you can get what you need, okay? Miss Lynette, do me a huge favor. Send me a message with your email address, okay? Alrighty. The pattern you are talking about would totally make, yes, Miss Kelly, absolutely. All right, y'all, that is it. I am gonna hop off of here, but comment I want one in your email address or send me a message with your email address so I can send you an invoice, or hop on over to the VIP group to grab the pattern, the colors, and the cutout all in one, okay? But y'all have a great rest of your night. I'm obsessed with this. And hi, Miss Connie, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.